Welcome to Labour Force. I am Bongeni Muchwa. The crucial public sector wage negotiations are on a knife edge. They've had to be postponed once again amid sharp disagreements among trade unions, especially COSATU public sector unions, regarding the government's wage offer of 1.5%. Let's take a look at this quick package I put together. It's been almost a month now since the government tabled the 1.5% offer to the unions. Consultations with members then began. FEDUSA says its affiliates have concluded their consultations with their members. But COSATU affiliates, which represent the majority of the country's civil servants, are divided right down the middle. Some accept the government's offer and others strongly reject it. Now, the Labour Federation has been granted another 2 weeks to find consensus among its affiliates. Investors have welcomed the postponement.
From a market's point of view, we continue to watch these developments with a keen interest. They do have a wide implications for the economy broadly. So it was interesting and I guess comforting to note that the pending negotiations have been sort of put on hold for the next 2 weeks because there was the risk of a strike, should there be no agreement between the unions and the government. So the fact that there is sort of a suspension of 2 weeks, hopefully that means that, COSATU is able to go back to its membership and then try and gain consensus as to the way forward. And hopefully that way forward means that, they accept the offer on the table and therefore we avoid a strike, which, as we know, it can be very costly for the economy, especially during a period when we are likely to see very high infection rates from a COVID point of view, which obviously will have disruptions for the broader economy.
The South African Police Union, a SABC affiliate, which along with the Public Servants Association left the negotiations and declared a dispute with the government, says it's not surprised by the latest developments.
It's not surprising to us that even they themselves, they are divided, because initially we told them to say, indeed, there is no offer placed on the table. Remember the 1.5% that they are talking about to say it forms part of the offer. It was guaranteed in terms of SABC Resolution 1 of 2018, which it has been implemented then. It is only the last leg that the employer has not implemented. So it is meant for pay progression and members have been receiving it. So it has been disguised as if it is an offer and it is something that is there. And this other one, 978, that one, the cash gratuity, we view it to say it is indeed an insult to the workers because it is non-pensionable and it will still be taxed.
The South African Police Union says it's hopeful that an amicable settlement can be reached during its ongoing conciliation process with the government. Mbongeni Muchwa, SABC News, Johannesburg. For more, we are joined by the President of the Public Servants Association, Dr. Lufuno Mulaudzi. Dr. Mulaudzi, it's a pleasure to welcome you back to the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bongeni, and your viewers at home.
Well, of course, the talks are very important for the country, the negotiations, even though you are no longer a party to the negotiations. But this development that COSATU is being given another 2 weeks to try and harmonize the position of its affiliates, it's being welcomed by investors as well as a positive thing in terms of avoiding discord in the public sector going forward amidst the COVID pandemic and everything. What is your reaction to the latest developments, if I may ask?
Mbongeni and your viewers at home, as PSA, we don't talk on behalf of other organizations. We don't talk on behalf of COSATU affiliated unions. We talk on our own behalf. You'll remember we are out of that facilitation process. We are now at a stage where the conciliation process is going to be concluded tomorrow. So we are looking forward to tomorrow. We want to hear what the employer is going to say tomorrow. And then if nothing happened, as we have been consistent about this, if nothing happened tomorrow, then we'll start the process of balloting. And the process of balloting will be followed with the process of applying for a non-resolution certificate, which will lead to an industrial action. It's not that we want to have a strike, but what transpired over the last few months or over the last 2 months, it leaves us with no option but to consider the strike as the option.
Now, you, of course, are one of the big unions in the public service, but you are by no means a majority union in the public service. COSATU affiliates represent the majority of public servants in this country, and they are still in negotiations. They are still pursuing a settlement with the employer. Are you still resolute that you can go it alone and strike meaningfully in the public service? And also, since the police, the nurses, the doctors are not allowed to strike by law, who are you going to lead to a strike in the public service?
Mbongeni, yes, you are correct. COSATU unions, when they come together, they form the majority. But PSA, as a single union, we are the biggest in the public service. In fact, we might be the second biggest, if not the biggest, in the public service, with plus minus 240,000 members. So most of our members are working for government departments. We don't have many of our members in the health sector. We do have them. We don't have many of our members in the police. So if we are to continue, if nothing is happening, like the process that is unfolding on the other side, where they are waiting, they are asking for 2 weeks to see if they will have a mandate on this kind of offer that is tabled by the employer. If nothing happened, like I'm saying, if nothing happened tomorrow, as PSA, we are going ahead with the process of balloting, and after that, we'll embark on strike. We are able to pull off a strike. If nothing is happening, we can take... Yes.
Loud and clear, and of course we will be keeping an eye on what happens with your conciliation meeting with government tomorrow and what also transpires going forward. We thank you very much for your time, and we wish you a good day. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, that's how we leave it. After the break, Nastasia Arense will bring you the Alternative Investor and more news. Stay with us.